Hello everyone, my name is Mohd Zaidi bin Sohardi and today I'm going to explain about the pollination and fertilization process in flowering plant. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther, which is the male part of the flower, to the stigma, which is the female part of the flower. This is the first and essential step in sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Pollen grains carry the male gametes and must reach the stigma for fertilization to take place. There are two main types of pollination. The first one is self-pollination and the second one is cross-pollination. In self-pollination, pollen is transferred within the same flower or between flowers on the same plant. In cross-pollination, pollen moves between flowers of different plants of the same species. Cross-pollination usually leads to greater genetic diversity, which can improve crop quality. Pollination often depends on pollinators like insects, birds, or even the wind. For example, bees and butterflies are some of the most common insect pollinators. They carry pollen on their bodies as they move from flower to other flower, helping plants reproduce naturally. Without pollinators, many crops will produce fewer fruits and seeds. Inside the anther, pollen grains develop through a process called microsporogenesis. The anther contains pollen sacs where cells divide to form pollen grains, which carry the male gametophyte. When mature, these grains are released and ready for transfer to a stigma. The female gametophyte develops inside the ovule through megasporogenesis. Each ovule forms an egg cell that will combine with a male gamete during fertilization. Together, the ovule and pollen grain make sexual reproduction possible in flowering plants. Once pollen reaches the stigma, a pollen tube grows down into the ovule. The pollen grain contains two sperm cells. One sperm cell fertilizes the egg cell, forming a zygote which becomes the embryo. The second sperm cell fuses with two polar nuclei in the ovule to form the triploid endosperm. This process is called double fertilization and is unique to angiosperm. The endosperm provides food for the developing embryo inside the seed. To summarize, pollination is the transfer of pollen to the stigma, and the fertilization is the fusion of male and female gametes inside the ovule. This leads to the formation of a seed with a protective coat and a food source for the growing embryo. The ovary develops into a fruit which helps protect the seeds and aids in their dispersal. Together, pollination and fertilization are vital for the life cycle of flowering plants and ensure the production of fruits and seeds. Thank you for watching my presentation on the pollination and fertilization process in plants. I hope you found it helpful. Have a great day.